I wanted to take the SME perspective. We ourselves, Partner Hub, is also an SME, so we exactly feel these pain points from first hand. What is important for SMEs? Obviously, SMEs are always hungry for cash. They want to get paid as soon as possible. On the other hand, the SME has the employees and the subcontractors and purchased goods, which must be paid and must be paid very easily. In Europe, at least, there is the VAT scheme. So at the end of the month, it is always a crucial issue how much the VAT payment will be. Me, as an SME owner, I also want to know how much money do I have, how much can I spend, what will be my cash flow. Also, if I can get a loan to bridge the cash flow gap. Besides the monetary and cash flow issues, time is also very important. In a small organization, let's take a small organization anywhere from 1 up to 25 or 30 people, the SME owner herself or himself puts substantial time into the financial administration tasks. So it is important for the person to spend as small time or as less time as possible on these daily tasks that are not very exciting at all. They don't really add value to the SME operations, but it is crucial because you must do it for compliance reasons and also for, you have to make the shop running. Today, the situation is that if we see if we see this today's situation, there are no real-time answers. So if I want to get, very simple, if I want an answer to a very simple question, for example, about my outstanding payables or receivables, if I don't have such a solution that we will talk about later, then what I must do, I must interact with the accountant, write an email, or just call them and ask them about my financial situation. These answers must be collected from several information sources, which also takes time. And if we are talking about paper-based processes, this can be long or this can be time-consuming to do. For example, if you if you are an SME owner, you need to collect the paper invoices. If you are not a super tidy person, it can easily take 1, 2, 3 hours per month just to put together the materials and send it to the accountant. SMEs also face, or most SMEs also face a constant struggle to reach the liquidity gap. Everyone wants to do the business more, get more business, but this also requires always more cash flow, and customers tend to have longer payment deadlines, and we also always must make the always must bridge the liquidity gap, because if an SME has a subcontractor, then these subcontractors are also small companies, so they are in the same situation, so they cannot really finance the SME operations. And this leads to the fact that SMEs are rarely financed, or they don't really get easily financing. And if we look at from a cost perspective, if we need to finance the operations from equity or non-banking sources, which also happens, this becomes expensive. So this is the SME perspective, the SME space where we are coming. But if we introduce services that solve these problems in a single application with digitalized solutions, then it means that, first of all, the SME problem is solved, the SME is happy and happy to pay for a good service, and this means that banks can realize additional revenues and cost savings by providing an integrated end-to-end offer for the SME segment.